So hey, welcome back to Woodruff Woods. Hey, and welcome new subscribers. That last little bit of controversial video I did seemed to attract a few new subscribers, so I want to welcome you. I don't always do that kind of stuff. I was trying something different. Thought it was an interesting topic for people that do the things I do. And tonight, what we're doing is we're going to wash up the Harley. I bought one of those foam cannons, and I want to try it out. This is pretty dirty. Hopefully you can see that. From sitting in the garage for the winter, it collected a lot of dust. I probably should put a dust cover over it. But sometimes I've heard that they scratch the paint too, so I'm never sure what to do in that regard. But as you saw here in the beginning of the video, my truck took a ride Sunday, and it is at the dealer. And about 6 months, not even 6 months ago, maybe 5 months ago, I had a problem with the truck. The transmission cooler line got a hole in it, and it was rubbing, and General Motors stood behind it and said, look, it was a bad design, so we're paying for the repair, and I was real happy about that. Well, Saturday I backed in here to the garage, and as I was pulling out with the gas cans to go get some non-ethanol gas, I noticed a big puddle on the ground. So I started looking, and I smelled it, and I wasn't sure what it was. And where it was coming from was up near kind of the driver's side front tire, but in towards the engine a little bit more. So I was sort of thinking power steering fluid. Well, I took a white towel, laid on it. It turned a reddish tint, so I naturally thought automatic transmission fluid. So it was making kind of a funky noise. I wasn't sure what that was. It almost sounded like a pump grinding, and that is probably what it was. But had the tow truck take it up to the garage. It needs a new power steering line. It rubbed against the shaft of the steering wheel. And so anyway, I'm without a truck for a few days. So I thought, what a better time than to try out this new foam cannon and clean up the Harley. So let's get started. As you can see, we got some heavy dust on there. Take you up around the front, you can really see it. And you know, I cleaned it up before I put it away, so there's only a few little bug marks on it. But letting the good old power washer, letting that get all warmed up here. And we'll spray this down, and then we'll hit it with the foam cannon. I'll show you what that looks like. So this is the foam cannon. This one's made by Chemical Guys. I'll leave a link to an Amazon spot where you can buy this. Helps the channel out if you do. Anyway, I saw this actually on Mike Morgan's channel, Outdoors with the Morgans. He was swearing by this thing. He keeps using it. So I thought, you know, this might be something worthwhile at, you know, $12 a car wash. If it works, it's worth the money. So I did try it this weekend to try to get used to it, but it's pretty simple. All you do is you take the end off of your gun for your pressure washer. You insert this in there, and you're ready to go. You do have some adjustments on here. This is how much suds. This adjusts the spray. I've kind of found midway seems to work. So, and it goes a little something like this. Easy enough, right? Unplug this, put your nozzle back in and spray it off. So kind of letting that sit on there a little bit, wipe some of those some of that dirt off, and we'll start cleaning it up. So a number of videos ago, I told you there was something else I bought at that Husqvarna sale. And this is it, this backpack blower. And I absolutely love it. So this is the Husqvarna 580 BTS Mark II. And I've only used this a little bit, but nice machine, starts real easy, blows harder than any blower I've ever had. Of course, I've always had like home grade ones, homeowner grade, but nice machine, nice long handle on it. The only thing I don't care about it for is that, you know, if you have to get up high with it, it's hard to do. But, you know, I can see for blowing leaves or, you know, when I'm doing these jobs, a lot of times the sawdust will kill the grass, but if you blow it around, it doesn't even look like you've been there. So I'm hoping to use it for that purpose. I still have my small one, my homeowner one, and I'll probably use both of them. As you saw, I just got done blowing this off, and looks a lot better. It's kind of shiny now. But usually at the beginning of the year, I like to do a polish on it and a good coat of wax or two, and make sure it's good and protected. But we're gonna let this dry off a little bit more. You know, I tell you, I had this extra seat on there, and the only reason I do it is because I like having this rack back there. On a hot day, it's nice to have a cooler full of water or whatever your choice is. And yes, I don't like to drink and ride the bike, but much like I don't drink and use chainsaw either. And but anyway, I bought this in 2019. It was kind of a gift to myself. I'd sold my snowmobiles and decided I wanted to get a Harley. I also had a Jeep at the time. Nice looking lifted Jeep. If I can find a picture of it, I'll post it here. If not, oh well. But you know, traded in my other Harley for it. I never had a new Harley, and I took a Street Glide for a ride, and I was like, yep, that's the bike I want. So that's what I ended up with. But don't get to ride it as much as I'd like, but I do love it. So before we wrap this video up, I'm going to take you down and show you what the forest is looking like around here. It's a nice time of the year. So I actually recorded this the other day. You'll notice I'm wearing different clothes, but didn't get a chance to finish that video. Had to deal with a broken down truck. One of the things I like about spring is seeing all the trees blossom. You can see this is an apple tree right there, another apple over there, but you can see kind of up in here the dogwoods are starting to come out, and yet another apple tree right here in front of me. So it's looking kind of nice down here in the woods. Anyway, I was going to kind of show you this. I did burn this pile the other day. You can see I started to dry out here real bad. We started to get a little bit of breeze, and so I piled dirt around it so it really couldn't go anywhere. But I got quite a pile of ash and stuff, and I think what I'm going to do is kind of spread it out down in here. It's kind of low in this area right here, so I think I can spread it out. I'm going to sacrifice that ash tree. It's covered in poison ivy, so I think I'm going to let that all kind of rot off of there before I mess with that. So hey, that's going to do it for Woodruff Woods. You know, I got the motorcycle washed up, got my daughter's car washed up. I did a little bit of cutting. I didn't show you that, but good evening. You know, it's nice to get out after work and do something with your hands. So that's it for us tonight, and we'll catch you on the next one.